Hello and welcome back to another Patreon Q&A where patrons at a certain tier can ask me questions and I will answer them as a Q&A. So many things have been going on. Like with Roll For It, it's really taken off. We're about to start the D&D, like tomorrow. I believe this video is going to go up tonight if I edit it in time. Or it'll be today if it... The point being, Wednesday. We're doing a D&D stream where I'll be playing
a goblin. This little goblin bard. It's going to be lots of fun.
So that's going to be like amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, so let's get into the Q&A questions. Do you expect Children of the Dead Earth will affect World War K if and when you continue it? I.e., has it given you insight on space tactics or spacecraft designs, ideas for missions, or something along those lines? I mean, mostly Children of the Dead Earth. The issue, right? Why I've kind of been a little bit iffy about covering Children of the Dead Earth at the moment, like there's been a bit of a gap. Hopefully I'll do a video soon or something. Is because there are a couple of things at the moment, like missiles were really annoying, mainly because you had to keep retracking them and stuff. They'd often miss because they didn't target the right part of the craft, etc. That's been updated. There's been an update. I need to look at that. There's been an update that might fix that. Also because coil guns are just broken. They are broken in favor of coil guns. Like, coil guns are just so amazing, you shouldn't use anything else. But in terms of, like, how that will change my thinking about World War K, if I choose to continue at some point, I mean, a lot of Children of the Dead Earth, right, is about more how you position yourself strategically. The issue with World War K is it's me effectively playing against myself, or against a very crude AI that does shoot back, but it doesn't maneuver or anything. So it has to be sort of fixed targets. And a large part about Children of the Dead Earth is how you maneuver, and the necessary delta V, really. That's a big thing. I mean, the super realism about the damage components is really cool, but that's no way that's going to be in KSP. Regardless of what you do. If you try and mod that in, you will tank the game to the bottom. It's already barely able to do that in Children of the Dead Earth, and Children of the Dead Earth was built with this in mind. So I don't really think much will carry over between the two, but it's more sort of thinking about how space combat would really go. I mean, it might be something like I play Children of the Dead Earth and then get an idea for a World War K mission, but it wouldn't really have any real, like, direct crossover. Also, I really like Children of the Dead Earth. I just hope it gets a little bit more further forward in development, really. How did you meet the group you played Dark Heresy with? Initially, actually, it was Avac. I know Splat vaguely before there. We've been like a few of the same YouTube chats, etc. I'd known Shen vaguely as well, because I'd played... Initially, I knew Shen through Quill, because I saw Quill had played Interplanetary, and I'd played a bit of Interplanetary on my channel, and he played it for like a Let's Drunk or something stream, and I went, Quill, we should totally play Interplanetary multiplayer sometime on Twitter, because this is going to be a running theme. Twitter is amazing. It's also terrible, but it's amazing in this case. And Quill was like, yes, we totally should. PSUI. And basically, we set up an Interplanetary game. It was like me, Quill, etc., and Shen was involved. I hit up Avac when I started playing the From the Depths, because I had discovered From the Depths. People in my comment section were suggesting it to me. So, yes, it's your fault. And I started playing From the Depths a little bit in my spare time. I was like, oh my god, how do you play this game? And nothing explains it. And I was just wandering around YouTube, and I bumped into Avac's channel. I was like, Avac, I love the way you make these videos. These are really awesome. And I tweeted him saying, basically, I have, like, a super, like, YouTube, like, fanboying for your videos. You're an amazing YouTuber. And Avac was like... Hello, yes, I am amazing, lol. We should do stuff. Basically, we then just did the multiplayer thing because I hit him on Twitter. So I know Avac from there. And then he was like, well, have you considered Bentham? I was like, I know... Oh, Mangled Pork? Yes, I know him. I haven't really talked to him, but I know his stuff, etc. He does a lot of Factorio. And he was like, yeah, Shen knows him as well. We do a big video together. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, bring him in. Frankly, that's the story of how I met the Dark Heresy group. Twitter, mostly. Do you currently play the Tabletop Warhammer 40k? And if so, what's your main army and why? It was me who introduced you to the universe, so I wanted to hear your thoughts. Oh, Ledur. Okay, I did introduce you to the universe. Ooh. I do not play Tabletop Warhammer 40k. I haven't since... Really, 4th edition? A little bit of 5th, I want to say. I played 3rd edition a little bit. I played 4th edition a little bit. And then kind of tailed off just because, frankly, the armies were kind of expensive at the time. And then they didn't so much as increase the price as they just cut the number of people in the box sets by like half. And then they increased the price more on top because why not? In my day, you could get a tactical squad of Space Marines for like 15 quid. Now you get 5 Space Marines for like 15 or 18 quid or wherever it is. And Nah. Let's just put it that way. That is my summary of that. I don't play anymore. I played a little bit. And I played Space Marines, I played Guard. I did have a little bit of Tau when they initially came out. I'm sorry. And then I played some more Guard, and then I played some more Space Marines. And that was back in like 4th edition when you could actually customize your armies rather than being like, you must have this and then you must have this, which 5th edition changed it to. 4th edition was amazing because I was like, right, you can just have like quirks and stuff for your chapter. So I had like Space Marines who all had like True Grit. So they all had like a bolter and chainsword, and I modded them all to make it so, and they look really cool. And then they went 5th edition, yeah, none of that. No, your entire armies are put it in the dumpster, buy a new one. I was like, well, no. And my Guard army, they were like, right, you can have these points to take different things. So I was like, cool, I will have a carapace like wearing Guard army with 4+ saves. It's amazing because everyone has bolters. Well, Space Marines do it, and everyone has Space Marines. But yeah, no, I don't play anymore, basically. Next question. I've been writing summaries for some of the, for most of the episodes of Hearts of Fire you've posted thus far, though YouTube apparently has a problem where some of them aren't getting displayed for other people the first time I post them. Have you been reading them? If so, have you enjoyed them? Timothy McLean. Yes, I have. They are amazing. I don't get to, like, read all the comments these days, and I don't get enough time to really comment on as much as I would like. But basically every time I have seen your story summaries, they've been amazing. Basically, anyone who doesn't know, by the way, if you see Timothy posting on like stuff with these big long things, he's doing these kind of like in-universe explanations about like newsfeed about like history book, like what's going on. Like in the Hearts of Iron, it's like someone was like writing a current present tense history book about what's going on. And it's really interesting. I've really kind of found those interesting as well. And then, like, sometimes I make the random decision to, we'll invade so-and-so because they're close. And he's like, for some reason, our great leader decided to... It was just so funny to read. But no, seriously, I love those. And I'm so pleased that people are, like, giving them massive thumbs up and stuff as well. Like, when the new change comes into chat, which I believe allows you to, like, favorite posts and pin posts are created, like, they go to the top automatically, I will totally be doing that because those are amazing to read. Seriously, really, really funny. I really like those. Next question, Lit Geek. As for Q&A question, do you eat breakfast? And if so, what? Also, you should fix the typo. I think I fixed the typo. Thank you. That typo had been there for like 2 years, by the way, and no one had noticed it in my Patreon, like, tiers list. So thank you. I didn't notice it. No one who I asked to, like, proofread it noticed it either. Do I eat breakfast? I should. It varies. Like, a lot of the time I'll be like, right, I need to get a video done today, really fast. And I'll be like, quick, run in here, go to the computer, do a video. Oh, I could just do another one. And there's Twitter, and I've got to send an email, and and then I kind of forget. Ideally, at least a few months back when I was being super healthy and stuff, and in theory I should be going back to it now, I'm feeling a bit better. I should be having a protein shake, which I may cut down because I'm a bit worried about having too much protein. And 2 slices of toast with peanut butter on them. But the amount of peanut butter is so massive, it might end up being 4 slices. Yeah, that's meant to be breakfast. At the moment, sometimes it's a protein shake with some of the... Like, I have no idea what you call it. Like, it's... Do you know Soylent? Like, it's the food substitute powder. We don't get Soylent over here in the UK. But it's, like, effectively one of those. It tastes pretty naff. It's got like, I think it's got like chia seeds and stuff in it that kind of ruin the texture, and it's a bit chalky. But either that or like occasionally a bowl of cereal or toast. Toast is good. But yeah, no, normally it's meant to be a protein shake and then 4 slices of toast with peanut butter. Meant to be. Jcron, Q&A. How much has making your videos destroyed your sleep cycles, and do you ever end up recording at 2 in the morning? Yes. To both questions. Frankly, like, it doesn't need to destroy sleep cycle as much as I allow it sometimes. Certainly after stuff like, for instance, after Roll For It on a Sunday, we finish at midnight, UK time, if it doesn't run over. We then record the after show, so that can occasionally go to like an hour or whatever, so we end up finishing at about 1. And then I'll be knackered, but occasionally we'll have a chat that involves like businessy stuff, like, you know, what should we do for Patreon tiers, or we need to do character creation for the new the D&D show or whatever, and we'll talk about stuff, and then we'll end up talking about random, like, YouTube crap or politics or video games or whatever, and it has ended up being about 6 a.m. That was just one time. This week, I think it was 2:30-ish. So yes, that can destroy my sleep cycle a bit. Not that I ever really had a great sleep cycle. But yeah, sometimes I do record at like 2 in the morning. Hopefully I'm trying to get my sleep cycle a bit better now. It did wobble a little bit like a few weeks ago. But now I've kind of been like, oh, this thing I was taking was having side effects, and now I stopped taking it, and now I feel much better. And now I've got a vaguely more normal sleep cycle. And that said, it does change because of work, because pretty much everyone who views my videos is in America. I mean, something like 70% of my views, I can't remember, 60%, 70% is the USA. So, not really conducive to British time. Yeah. It does destroy my sleep cycle a little bit. Not as much as it could at the moment. I'm doing a little bit better. As an American, I have difficulty in choosing to support in the upcoming election. You can tell that I picked these questions a long time ago. On one hand, Sweet Meteor O' Death promises an instant fiery end, and that does sound appealing. On the other hand, I really think what America needs is Cthulhu's slow, insanity-induced march to oblivion. Your thoughts? Or an outside candidate like Yellowstone Caldera. This is meant to be satirical, in no way serious. Kolodi, yes, as those of you who maybe follow my Twitter or anything, neither option was good. One option was bad. One option was, oh my god, 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 oh my god. So that happened. Jack Mplaxin. Malaxpin. How's life? Not bad. I'm not ill like I was over the summer anymore, which is great. I'm kind of good right now, actually. Pavel, how do you get into tabletop RPGing? What was your first system, and which is your favorite? Also, presumably on a GM session 1. When did you switch from a player to GM, and for what reason? Right. So how did I get into tabletop RPGing, and what was my first system, and what was my favorite? Right, let's start with my first system and how I got into it. Second year of uni, third year of uni, second year. Friend said, we should play tabletop role-playing games. So I was like, isn't that for nerds? Or what? No, I didn't quite say that. But I was like, this is a lot of stigma attached. Why not? I'll try anything. And he was like, right, we will do character creation for this game called Dark Heresy, first edition. It's about Warhammer. You know Warhammer. I was like, yeah, I know Warhammer. And so we had a game of Dark Heresy, and I was like terrible because, you know, you're always a bit rocky when you first start out like doing RPGs and stuff. System-wise, in terms of mechanics, I've got to say, without a doubt, D&D 5th edition is the best mechanics-wise, because it is just so buttery and fluid. Like, that game just rolls nicely. It's not overly complicated, and it just doesn't get in the way. The system lets you do the game. The system lets you do the game and basically says, we're not the game, you're the game, we just facilitate it. In terms of the setting, Shadowrun. Because Shadowrun's setting is truly phenomenal. And it is really, really good. I literally ran a Shadowrun mission, which was just a tongue-in-cheek, like I did it on the fly, where I went like, what do you want? People who were new to Shadowrun. And they were like, well, we could have the tongue-in-cheek one. I was like, cool, okay. So we ran effectively Jurassic Park. So they had to go to a facility. They had to get data and research elements and stuff. This facility was an island, funnily enough, off the coast of Spain. Funny that. And then they had to, like, get a dinosaur and bring it back. Alive. Much preferably alive. Funny thing is, it was velociraptors, and velociraptors had been genetically modified to make them invisible. Because you could do that with Shadowrun. So they eventually, after crashing a car, funny, that seems to be a bit of a running theme, they managed to capture said velociraptor, take it back to the boat, where they injected it with a tranquilizer they had bought. They had bought the tranquilizer and failed pretty badly in doing so. They didn't inject it with any sort of decent tranquilizer. They injected it with heroin, or at least a synthetic opioid. Over the next few days, while they sailed back to the River Thames and to their dock warehouse in London, where they were meant to be meeting the buyer, they had a doped-up velociraptor built into the hull of their very small boat. At one point, because effectively they overdosed it on heroin, Velociraptor kind of began dying, and although this doesn't work medically, it was effectively just RP to speed things up. They had to defibrillate it. They defibrillated a Velociraptor who was high on heroin. There's not many game systems you can say that about, but in Shadowrun, it actually works. And that's what I love about Shadowrun. The system itself is very, very slow, and there are lots of oh my god in terms of rules. In fact, the original printing of the 5th edition rulebook didn't actually say what happened when your stun meter filled up, because in Shadowrun you have a stun meter and you have a physical meter. It says, oh, your stun meter fills up. It then goes on to the physical track. It didn't say that you go unconscious, which is actually what happens. Honestly, the editing in 5th edition is a little bit janky. And that's putting it mildly. I could have a field day with that one. But in terms of the setting, Shadowrun is an amazing setting. In terms of, what was the other question? When did I switch from being a player to GM? Damn, Pav, you're getting your money's worth of this one. I ran a short campaign of Dark Heresy. We effectively had we changed a few people around. That was pretty cool. I GM'd a Shadowrun one-off. I then GM'd a couple of RPGs that were just terrible and didn't go very far. And then I GM'd a Shadowrun weekly that I did with a couple of friends up in York. And that was well and truly amazing. That was absolutely fantastic. So many good times with that Shadowrun campaign. And then I GM'd a Shadowrun spin-off. I basically made a Halo RPG using the Shadowrun mechanics. It runs a bit faster without any magic or hacking. There is hacking, but hacking involves you just rolling 1 or 2 tests rather than millions. I really simplified it. I prefer it that way. And that's really kind of fun. In fact, that's the one RPG I'm playing now, but I'm actually a character. I don't have time to GM that. And I played that a couple of times. We had a really fun session where they went to a planet. They were like gonna kill some dude for being an insurgent or whatever. And then Covenant come along and bombing things and blowing stuff up and plasma bombarding. I've only really just got back into playing a little bit in my spare time-ish. And really, this D&D thing will be like my first proper time playing a character that, you know, every week. This is going to be weird. So it's going to be fine. If you could choose the one and only key to true happiness, something that would apply to everyone, what would it be? I.e. eating a sandwich, giving compliments, planting a tree, personally being in nature, etc. The Candyman. All right, Candyman. If you could choose the one and only key to true happiness, something that could apply to everyone, what could it be? Well, you could say eating a sandwich, but some people don't have sandwiches. And that could be problematic. Because then you'd have a lot of people who just don't have sandwiches who would be like, I mean, I don't actually mean this as a joke, like if people in Africa or something, people who don't really get much food, etc., limited, would they be able to get 2 slices of bread and then put something in the middle? I don't think they'd have access to that as easily. And then they'd be like, well, you can't have true happiness. You do not have bread. So I don't know. If I could have something that could be the true gateway to happiness, I don't know, like, I mean, not everyone can click your fingers. What if you don't have fingers? I guess the easiest thing would be to, like, roll your eye. Some people can't do that, but at least that's most people. Or just think of a color. Some people can't. I'm gonna go with think of the color red. But the problem is then, what happens? If that is just the true meaning to happiness, would you want to do anything else? You'd be like, think of the color red. Oh, okay, I'm good. Well, do you want to go exercise? Because I'm kind of like hoping that, you know, we can get these beach bodies in shape for summer. No, I'm just thinking of the color red. I'm good. I don't need to get the happiness from going out and feeling good about myself. No, I don't either. I mean, what like, do you want to play RPGs tonight? No, I'm thinking of the color red instead. I'm going to spend the time, like, I don't know. That seems like I'm taking the question a lot more philosophically. I don't know how else to take the question. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be a good thing or not to be able to think of the color red and get true happiness. Because then what would there be to, like, do in life? There would be no meaning to life if you're like, I'm happy. Sex? No, I'm thinking of the color red. Don't worry, me too. The human population would massively decrease. Anyway, that's it for all the questions I've got. Wow, I've been talking for a long time. I'll probably edit this down. Also, the kitty stopped interrupting me. Right, well, You haven't seen the kitty in a while. Let's go get the kitty. Wait. Can you high five? There we go. There you go. She's a cute kitty. Right. You wanna have another one? Hi. That was Socks. She's adorable. Yeah. In terms of other stuff, I just want to actually say a couple of things about the Patreon. So, by the way, if you're like,
oh no, he's mentioning Patreon stuff. He's trying to figure out how to make money to be able to eat pizza and live and be able to afford that 10-decker yacht.
I don't even know. Can you get yachts at 10? It seems like that would be awfully unstable. But yeah, the Patreon stuff. Patreon's been going for like 2 years now. I haven't actually updated it much in that time, and it really does need it. However, that would take a lot of time, and as previously mentioned, I don't have much time. Need to find some time. I need to find some time. I really just need like an intern or something. But yeah, no, Patreon stuff. I should probably redo the Patreon at least sometime soon. But a lot of the times is I go, okay, right. Guys, how can I make the Patreon better? What could I offer you for like stretchy goals or stuff, or things that could go on tiers? And people are like, don't know really. And I'm like, yeah, that's my problem. I can't think of anything, even that's why I'm asking you. So I don't really know what to add to the Patreon to make it like more awesome. I mean, maybe I could do the Q&A questions more frequently, but the problem is I stopped doing them quite as frequently because, quite frankly, we ran out of questions. People were like, nope, I got no questions. I'd get like 1 or 2 questions, so I kind of slowed down doing them. So what would you like more of? And do you prefer me talking to a camera like this, or do I have to get out the proper camera and then stand over there, etc.? Like, this is a lot easier for me to do. I could do the whole standing over there thing, but I need to move everything around, and my place needs to be tidier. I'm lazy. But yeah, no, like, what do you think I could do with the Patreon to make it better? What would you like on the Patreon? Even if you're not a Patreon right now, what would you think about you would like on a Patreon that would make it more valuable to you and may consider you going on Patreon, whatever? I don't know. But also, I really want to say thank you to the Patrons as well, because I've been kind of a little bit more like neglecting it recently. Not like really, because I actually keep going on there and going, I should do something with this. How can I make these people are awesome. How can I like make them? And then I go like, I don't know what to do. I don't have the time. And then I kind of leave it. But like, I really want to be able to say thank you, because about 2 years ago, I was probably on the edge of quitting YouTube. I was like, I'm not really being able to like afford enough to be able to live, etc. What do I do? And then I was like, right, well, I'll try a Patreon and see if that worked. The Patreon managed to make it sustainable enough that I was like, thank you so much. And the channel has taken off, well, more. And we've now got, you know, this second collaborative channel that we're doing role-playing on. I do my regular streams, etc. And that's all really awesome. And I'm really, really, like, totally thankful that actually happened. And that's all down to the patrons there for being able to make it, you know, possible for me to continue on and be able to, you know, afford pizza to live. Or as today was some sort of chicken thing, because chicken is good for you. You should have chicken. Unless you are totally like a vegan or a vegetarian, in which case you shouldn't have chicken, and you're probably a lot better person than I am. But yeah, I don't know. Like, thank you so much. If there's anything you think I could do with the Patreon, let me know down below. Definitely looking for suggestions of that. Really looking for suggestions. I know some people have suggested like, oh, you could do merch, etc. Blah blah blah. Frankly, I've just been trying to think of merch ideas for like the last 2 years and really haven't thought of anything, barring the flags. I'll probably announce the flags at some other point. I still actually haven't announced the flags on YouTube. Shit, they're a closely guarded secret. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone on Patreon who's actually made this channel possible as it is today. Let me know, everyone, Patreons or non-Patreons, like down below for suggestions and stuff. I'm totally like going to be waiting those with bated breath. And yeah, hopefully you'll be looking forward to the new D&D streams happening Wednesdays with me, Splat, Avac, Shen, and Bentham. That's going to be like loads of fun. If you don't know, by the way, we do twice weekly roleplay streams now. Which is cool. Roll for it. 2 L's. 4 isn't like a number. I don't know why I need to say this. Like, I could literally annotate it on the screen or something. But yeah, though, thank you very much to everyone, especially the Patreons, but really, quite frankly, everyone on the channel's made this possible. Like, every single person who views, every single person like who takes part in the community and stuff. Thank you so much. It's really, really like awesome to see as many people actually. There are words. I am bad at them, but you get the feeling, I hope. Anyway, thank you so much. I've been EnterElysium, and until next time, whenever the next time is, provided I get enough questions, stay shiny. Hello, and welcome to another pretty overdue Q&A for Patreon. I've been trying to do this one for like 2 months or something. Yeah. At least I've got a lot of questions to do. But yeah, so thank you very much to Kitty. Why are we attacking that? Hello, and welcome to another Q&A for Patreon. One of the Patreon Q&As where Patrons at a certain tier can ask me questions. And I have Kitty in the window. Hi, Kitty. Hi. Yep. Are you okay? You want to calm down? No? You're gonna try and eat the light? Yeah, don't try and eat the light. No, Kitty.